What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be doing my picks for the Xfinity 500 at Martinsville International Speedway, Round 9 of the NASCAR Playoffs, Race 35 of the NASCAR Cup Series season, and the final race of the Round of 8, and the cutoff race for the Round of 8 as well, in the last race before we head to the season finale at Phoenix International Speedway, the Phoenix Championship race. I am extremely excited for this race at Martinsville. The beating and banging, it's going to be 750 horsepower package. Really not going to have to hear much about aero. I think the racing is going to be good. A lot of beating and banging. I am extremely excited for this weekend's race. Before we talk about the playoff standings and the playoff race, this is a cutoff race. Let's talk about the weather. So, first thing, the weather looks decent right now. There are scattered showers for the early part of the morning at the moment, but as the day goes on, there's only about a 15% chance throughout the race that rain can hit the forecast. Granted, we thought the race at Texas, we weren't going to have rain issues, and then we ended up having rain hit the racetrack. So, hopefully, we don't run into trouble and the weather stays consistent, but the weather can ultimately change in the next 2 days. Anyway, before we get into the race picks, let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff standings. So, Joey Logano, we know, is currently locked in at the moment. We don't have to worry about him. Kevin Harvick is 42 points above the cutoff line. Denny Hamlin is 27 above. And Brad Keselowski is the last driver in the championship for at the moment. He is 25 points above. Alex Bowman and Chase Elliot are both currently 25 points below. Mark Truex Jr. is 36 below. And Kurt Busch is 81 points below currently at the moment. Looking at the drivers that are in, Kevin Harvick, unless he has a really disastrous run at Martinsville, I know he's not fantastic at Martinsville, but unless he has a really extremely disastrous race at Martinsville, I think he's going to be good to go. Denny Hamlin, I think he's going to run just fine. And Brad Keselowski, he's historically good. I think he'll be good. The two drivers that I think could be really major threats headed to Martinsville are Chase Elliott and Mark Truex Jr. Mark Truex Jr. is historically really strong at this track, and Chase Elliott are both great. I think they will be two big threats to kind of change the playoff picture as well. But we'll have to see. One of those drivers I have picked to win this race. You'll know here very shortly. So, anyway, after the 2 minutes, let's go ahead and jump into picks. So for those who are new to the channel, how I do picks, I do a driver who's going to struggle, I do a driver who's an underdog, and I do the winner of the race. And I also do a section called Ones to Watch. Usually they are playoff drivers, and for this week, we have all playoff drivers on the Ones to Watch. Sometimes there will be non-playoff drivers. Once we get next year rolling, you'll see a lot of non-playoff drivers since most of the season we don't have playoffs. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the picks. So, who do I think is going to struggle here at Martinsville International Speedway? I think Aric Almirola is not going to run well this weekend. Aric Almirola's average finish, I think, is a 23rd place finish, and he only has one top 5 at this race and only 4 top 10s at the track. Aric Almirola also did not run very well last time here at Martinsville. Yes, he didn't run horrible, but he did not run very well. I think Aric Almirola is going to struggle here at Martinsville, and I do not think he will crack even the top 15 in this race. I think he's going to finish in the 16th, 20th range. He's been about the 10th to 15th range or 5th to 10th a lot of races this year. I think he will end up finishing like 25th, 20th or 25th. I don't think he runs really well this weekend here at Martinsville. Now we get into the underdog picks. So who do I think is going to be the underdog in this weekend's race at Martinsville? I am going to say it is going to go to Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is really strong. This is one of his better tracks on the NASCAR Cup Series circuit. The RCR cars and the RPM cars are generally really fast here at Martinsville. We saw Tyler Reddick be pretty strong earlier this year. And Bubba Wallace was really fast in the last race. A lot of the race last time in the early summer, he was up front. He was contending for the win at points in the race. He kind of fell back, but he had a late resurgence and rebounded to, I believe, an 11th place finish. I think Bubba Wallace will get possibly a top 10 and finish off the season really strong with the team. And I think he'll run really good at Phoenix as well. But I think Bubba Wallace is going to be your underdog pick, and I think he will have a chance of getting a top 10 here at Martinsville. And now we get into the winner's pick for this weekend's race in Martinsville. So who do I think is going to win? This driver is a driver who I think is going to change the playoff picture in a very significant way. The driver finished second to Kyle Busch, who got his first win earlier this year, just a day or two ago, as a matter of fact. I am picking Martin Truex Jr. to shake up the playoff grid, and I believe that Martin Truex Jr. is going to win this weekend's race here at Martinsville International Speedway. Martin Truex Jr., this is the only track he's won it this year, and he was really fast at the end of the race. He will start on the front row at this weekend's race here at Martinsville. Not only that, Martin Truex Jr., like I said, has won the last 2 races here at Martinsville. And like I said, this was the best race he's had pretty much all year. I believe Martin Truex Jr. shakes up the playoff grid, and I believe he will win this weekend's race here at Martinsville International Speedway. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get to the drivers that I believe are to watch to be threats to Martin Truex Jr. for the win. The first driver is going to be Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin did not run really well back here in the spring. He did not run very well. He went a lap down and finished like 20th in the race. But I don't see it happening this time. I know Denny Hamlin's been kind of struggling in the playoffs. I know yes, he did get that win at Talladega. But other than that, he's kind of been struggling this year. But that being said, I think Denny Hamlin will have a pretty strong run. I think he scores the top 5 this weekend and helps himself get into the championship 4 and make sure that he doesn't run into trouble in the final 4. Anyway, next driver is going to be Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, this is one of his best tracks. He's really, really strong on the short tracks. We know he's really strong on the road courses as well. But he's historically ran really well. In 2019, in the spring, he came this close to beating Brad Keselowski. 2020 didn't run fantastic, but he's ran really well historically at this track. And I think Chase Elliott will be a threat for the win as well here at Martinsville. Up next, Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski dominated the race in the spring in 2019, and he looked like he had one of the cars to be in the early portion of 2024. Martin Truex Jr. basically zoomed off to victory. I think Brad Keselowski will run top 5 and be a threat for the win, but I do not think he will win the race. And finally, Joey Logano is my last driver to watch for this weekend's race. Logano has a lot of momentum. He's ran really well the last couple weeks. He won at Kansas. He was up front at Texas. I think Joey Logano will have a really strong run here as well. And he's been historically really strong in Martinsville. We know 2018, he went on to beat Martin Truex Jr. in a pretty dominating fashion, or well, beating and banning for that matter. So, anyway, those are my race picks for the Xfinity 500 at Martinsville. Just a reminder, suck pick is Eric Almirola. Underdog is Bubba Wallace, and the winner of this weekend's race at Martinsville is Martin Truex Jr. But, anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications so you be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Links description below for that. And comment your picks for this weekend's race. Tell me who you think is going to struggle this weekend. Tell me who you think is going to be the underdog. And tell me who you think is going to win this weekend's race. And also tell me who you think are going to be the 4 drivers that are going to get eliminated and not go to the championship 4 at Phoenix. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do like and subscribe if you're new to the channel so we can get these videos recommended out to you guys. If you enjoy that, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's picks video, and I will see you guys next time. We only got one more of these to do, and then we have predictions. Anyway, see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.